Today's message isn't just another message. It's a calling. A calling from Archangel Michael, sent directly into your spirit, right here, right now. If you've clicked on this video, understand this. You weren't led here by accident. You didn't stumble onto this message by chance. You were guided. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you through signs. Through dreams. Through sudden moments of intuition you tried to ignore. Through that strange heaviness in your spirit that made you feel like something important is shifting in your life. And today, he says, you need to know the truth. Before we begin, take a deep breath. Let your mind become still. Let your heart become receptive. And if you feel the presence of Archangel Michael already beginning to move, pause for a moment and like this video, share it with someone who needs confirmation, and subscribe so you never miss another message meant for your path. Your support helps these spiritual messages reach more souls who are desperately waiting for clarity. Now, let's begin. Archangel Michael steps forward with a message many people never realize until they are deep into their spiritual awakening. He says you have been walking through a spiritual battle that your physical eyes could not see, a battle that has been taking place behind the scenes, in the unseen world, in the spiritual realm that surrounds your every step. This battle didn't look dramatic. It didn't look loud. It didn't look violent. Instead, it showed up in subtle ways, ways you brushed off, ways you thought were just life happening, when in reality, those moments were spiritual pressure building around you. Michael reveals the signs you missed. There were days when you woke up feeling heavy, even though nothing bad had happened. You felt tired, not because you lacked sleep, but because something was draining your spirit. You felt sudden waves of sadness or anxiety that didn't make sense, emotions that felt bigger than you, heavier than your thoughts. This wasn't weakness. This wasn't your mind failing you. This wasn't instability. It was spiritual warfare. Michael says, you were attacked because you carry a purpose. You were pressured because you carry light. You were resisted because you were close to breakthrough. Every single time you moved closer to your calling, something rose up to distract you. Every time your spirit started growing, something tried to pull you back. Every time you gained strength, something tried to exhaust you. It wasn't random. It wasn't coincidence. It wasn't just life. It was spiritual interference. And the reason it happened? Because your spirit is elevating, and whenever elevation is near, resistance increases. Think back for a moment. You faced unexpected arguments. People around you acted strangely. Situations that used to be easy suddenly felt difficult. Small tasks drained you more than they should have. Your motivation would rise one day and disappear the next. Your confidence felt strong at times, and then it dropped without explanation. Michael says, the closer you moved toward your destiny, the harder the enemy tried to confuse you. But here's the truth he wants you to hold on to. You didn't break. You didn't lose. You didn't fall apart. You survived the season that was meant to stop you. You walked through emotional fire and came out stronger. You walked through mental battles and came out wiser. You walked through spiritual pressure and came out more awakened. Michael says the attacks didn't work because you were never alone. Every moment you felt like giving up, he was strengthening your spirit. Every moment you felt like crying, he was covering you with divine protection. Every moment you felt lost, he was guiding you quietly through intuition, through synchronicities, through dreams, through sudden thoughts that told you, keep going, don't quit, you're almost there. There were moments when you felt like something invisible was weighing on your shoulders. Moments when you felt stuck, as if your progress had slowed down without reason. Moments when fear tried to creep into your mind and discourage your faith. Michael says these were the final attempts to stop you before the breakthrough that is now approaching. He says, when the enemy knows you're about to rise, the pressure increases. But you have already won. Just because you didn't see the battle doesn't mean victory wasn't happening. Just because you didn't hear the fight doesn't mean the fight wasn't real. Just because the enemy whispered lies into your spirit doesn't mean those lies had power over you. You overcame every shadow that tried to follow you. You overcame every negative thought that tried to settle in your mind. You overcame every fear that tried to silence your progress. And now, Michael stands with his sword of light, cutting through the final threads of spiritual resistance. Right now, in this very moment, his presence is clearing the energy around you. He is severing old attachments. He is dissolving old fears. He is removing spiritual blockages that have slowed your path. Feel the atmosphere shifting. Feel the heaviness lifting. Feel the clarity returning to your heart. Feel the peace settling into your spirit. This is the sign that the battle is ending. Michael says, you are stepping into a season where your spirit will no longer be drained. Your mind will no longer be clouded. Your heart will no longer carry invisible weight. Peace is returning. Strength is returning. Alignment is returning. Everything the enemy tried to use against you has failed. Everything meant to distract you will now be replaced with purpose. Everything meant to drain your energy will now be transformed into fuel for your destiny. You are walking into a new level of spiritual protection. A new level of clarity. A new level of divine connection. Michael says, you are safe now. The battle is behind you. The breakthrough is in front of you. Let this truth settle into your spirit. Let this message remind you of your strength. Let this moment be your confirmation that you are divinely protected. And as you feel this message resonate deeply within you, remember to like this video, share it with someone who needs spiritual strength, and subscribe to continue receiving Archangel Michael's guidance. This is the end of the battle. And the beginning of your breakthrough. Archangel Michael steps forward with a truth that many people fear, avoid, or deny, not because they are weak, but because letting go feels uncomfortable, uncertain, and painful. Yet he says clearly, your next level requires separation. You have been praying for clarity. You have been asking for peace. You have been calling out for change. But what you didn't realize is that some of the very people around you were blocking the answers to those prayers. Michael wants you to understand this deeply. There are people in your life right now who cannot go with you into your next chapter. Not because they are evil. Not because they are terrible. But because their season in your story is over. You've been holding onto some connections out of loyalty. You've been holding onto some relationships out of history. You've been holding onto some people out of habit. And in some cases, you've been holding onto them because you didn't want to hurt their feelings or disrupt the relationship. But Michael says, when someone's energy no longer matches your future, their presence becomes a weight. Think about the moments where you felt drained after speaking to certain people. Notice how your mood shifted negatively after interacting with them. Notice how you second-guessed yourself, doubted your dreams, or lowered your expectations after their influence. This is not by accident. Michael says, some people are connected to your past, not your destiny. There are people who were meant to walk with you only temporarily. Their purpose in your life was seasonal, not permanent. And keeping them longer than God intended is what has caused pain, confusion, and emotional heaviness. Some people were meant to teach you lessons. Some were meant to awaken your strength. Some were meant to help you grow through contrast. But they were not meant to stay through your elevation. And here is the truth. You already felt this. You sensed the distance growing. You sensed the emotional separation. You sensed the conversations losing depth. You sensed the connection weakening. Your spirit already knew before your mind wanted to accept it. Michael says, when I remove someone, it is for your protection. He wants you to understand that losing people is not punishment, it's preparation. He removes people quietly, subtly, gradually. Until one day you look up and realize that the connection no longer feels aligned. Some people cannot handle your growth. Some fear the potential inside you. Some become threatened by your spiritual awakening. Some prefer the version of you that played small. And when you start rising, they start resisting. This is why. They were connected to who you were, not who you are becoming. There are people who benefited from your wounds. People who liked you better when you doubted yourself. People who felt safer when you didn't know your worth. People who were comfortable as long as you stayed stuck. But now your spirit is breaking free. You are awakening. You are expanding. You are transforming. And they cannot stay in a story that no longer fits them. Michael says, "Do not chase who I am trying to release. Do not revive what I am trying to end." Your heart may try to hold on because it remembers the good moments. But your spirit knows the truth. Your spirit knows the connection has become too heavy, too draining, too limiting. And here is the confirmation. The moment you let go. The moment you release what has been weighing down your energy. The moment you stop forcing connections that have expired. New people will enter your life. People who speak life into you. People who celebrate your growth. People who support your calling. People who align with your spiritual path. People who carry light, not confusion. People who lift your energy, not drain it. Michael says, what comes next is better than what you're releasing now. In your next chapter, you will have deeper friendships. You will have healthier relationships. You will have more aligned partnerships. You will have people who see you the way heaven sees you. You will have people who respect your boundaries, honor your purpose, and protect your peace. You are not losing anyone. You are making space for alignment. Michael ends this part with a powerful message. Let go with peace, not fear. Let go with gratitude, not guilt. Let go with faith, not attachment. What I remove, I replace with better. Take a deep breath. Feel the release in your heart. Feel the clarity in your mind. Feel the alignment in your spirit. This is the beginning of your elevation. Archangel Michael's presence becomes stronger here. Not heavy, not overwhelming. But powerful, steady, reassuring. Like a warrior who has stood beside you through every season. Every tear. Every battle. Every moment when you didn't know you were being protected. He begins with a truth you may not have realized. You came close to walking away from the very path God designed for you. There were moments when you felt tired. Not physically, but spiritually. Moments when you questioned your purpose. Moments when everything felt delayed, uncertain, confusing, or out of reach. You thought maybe you were doing something wrong. You thought maybe the dream was too big. You thought maybe the promise wasn't for you. You even thought at one point, maybe I should stop trying. Michael wants you to know that this doubt did not come from failure. It came from exhaustion. Exhaustion from carrying wounds you never deserved. Responsibilities that weren't yours. And emotional burdens that were never meant to follow you into your destiny. He says, you were tired because you were fighting battles that were not yours to carry. And now that the spiritual battle is ending, your strength, your real strength, is returning. Your clarity is coming back. Your motivation is returning. Your spirit is waking up again. Your hope is rising again. Because the doors in front of you are beginning to open. But before Michael shows you the doors, he first reminds you of something essential. Your obedience has not been ignored. You stayed kind when others mistreated you. You stayed patient when life delayed your blessings. You stayed faithful when nothing made sense. You kept praying even when you were hurting. You kept believing even when you were doubting. You kept moving forward even when the path was not clear. Michael says, heaven remembers your persistence. Heaven rewards your consistency. Nothing you endured was wasted. Every tear watered your future. Every struggle built your spiritual strength. Every loss will be restored with purpose. Every delay made your spirit wiser. Now you are stepping into the season where everything begins to make sense. Get ready, because these are the doors that are about to open for you. The door of divine opportunity. This is the opportunity you prayed for. The one you thought passed you by. The one that seemed impossible. The one that was delayed for so long you almost stopped expecting it. Michael says, the opportunity meant for you could never pass you. It was waiting for the right moment. This moment is approaching. You will know it is divine because it will feel like alignment, not confusion. It will feel like peace, not pressure. It will feel like clarity, not chaos. This door will not require you to beg. It will not require you to force anything. It will not require you to sacrifice your peace. It will open naturally. Effortlessly. Because it was designed for you. The door of relationships aligned with your purpose. The people you are about to meet will carry light, not confusion. Support, not jealousy. Encouragement, not doubt. Healing, not pain. Michael says, the next people entering your life are part of your destiny. These new connections will understand you without explanation. Support your spiritual calling. Speak life into your dreams. Pray with you, not prey on you. Push you to grow, not shrink. This is why certain people had to leave. This is why certain relationships faded. This is why certain connections collapsed. You were being prepared for soul-aligned relationships. The door of restoration. There are things you lost. Things that broke you. Things that disappointed you. Things that were taken from you unfairly. Things you thought would never return. Michael says, restoration is coming in a form greater than what you lost. God is not giving you back what you had. He is giving you something better. Something more stable. Something more meaningful. Something more aligned with your future. You will soon say, it had to happen this way. If I hadn't lost that, I wouldn't have received this. The door of spiritual maturity. This is the door where your intuition becomes sharper. Your discernment becomes stronger. Your emotional stability increases. Your divine connection deepens. Michael says, you are stepping into your higher self, stronger, wiser, spiritually awake. What once confused you will now become clear. What once drained you will no longer touch your spirit. What once triggered you will no longer have power. You are becoming grounded. Unshakable. Spiritually protected. The door of breakthrough. This is the door that shifts everything. Not slowly. Not gradually. But suddenly. Michael says, when breakthrough comes, it comes quickly. Prepare your spirit. This breakthrough may come through a sudden opportunity, an unexpected message, a divine encounter, a moment of clarity, a blessing that feels miraculous, a closing of one chapter and opening of another. Your long season of waiting is turning into a season of winning. Your season of confusion is turning into a season of clarity. Your season of emotional heaviness is turning into a season of peace. Michael wants you to hear this clearly. Your steps are being guided. Do not fear the unknown. You may not see the full path yet. But the next step will always appear when it is time. You may not know how everything will unfold. But you are being divinely led. You may feel unsure. But your spirit knows where it's going. Because you are walking toward destiny. And destiny is walking toward you. He says, what is ahead of you is greater than what is behind you. What is coming is better than what you lost. What you are stepping into will make sense of everything you endured. This is your confirmation. Your alignment. Your realization that the waiting was not punishment. It was preparation. Take a deep breath. Feel the shift happening around you. Feel the peace returning. Feel the path opening. Feel the presence of divine support surrounding your spirit. Your destiny is unfolding. Your doors are opening. Your future is changing. This is your moment. Archangel Michael says. Listen closely now, because this is the moment where everything begins to shift for you. This is the moment where the fog clears, where the confusion fades, and where your path becomes brighter than it has ever been before. You may not feel it yet. You may not see it yet. You may even be thinking, God, when will things finally change for me? But Archangel Michael is saying, your breakthrough is not coming, it has already started. The signs you've been seeing. The restlessness in your spirit. The sudden urge to clean, release, detach, and reset. The moments where your heart feels like it's being pulled toward something new. These are not accidents. These are not random. These are confirmations. Something in you has already shifted. Your spirit knows. Your heart knows. Heaven knows. Even if your mind is trying to catch up, Archangel Michael is standing on your right side saying, you're walking out of the old season. You're stepping into divine alignment. What is meant for you is already moving in your direction. And he wants you to hear this clearly. The delays did not deny you. The waiting did not weaken you. The obstacles did not break you. In fact, those difficult moments prepared you. They sharpened your intuition. They deepened your wisdom. They matured your faith. They awakened your spiritual strength. Archangel Michael says that heaven has been watching your heart more than your actions. Your sincerity. Your commitment. Your desire to grow. Your willingness to trust even when you didn't have answers. And because of this, you're stepping into a season where things will start making sense. Where the pieces will suddenly come together. Where doors that were once closed will open with ease. Where the right people will show up at the right time. Where your spirit will feel lighter, more peaceful, and more certain than ever before. Archangel Michael is declaring. The warfare around you is ending. The confusion around you is clearing. The heaviness around you is lifting. And the path ahead of you is protected. He wants you to walk into this new chapter with courage, not fear. With clarity, not doubt. With confidence, not hesitation. Because in this chapter, you will see unexpected blessings unfolding. Divine connections forming. Opportunities you didn't even ask for. Answers to prayers you whispered in silence. Breakthroughs you didn't even know were on their way to you. This is not just improvement. This is transformation. This is elevation. This is divine intervention. Archangel Michael says. You are not going back to who you used to be. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. And every struggle, every tear, every setback, every moment where you wanted to give up, it all served a purpose. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Nothing was overlooked. You were being shaped. You were being refined. You were being strengthened for exactly where God is taking you. Now, Archangel Michael wants you to breathe for a moment. Feel the shift in your spirit. Feel the peace settling over you. Feel the reassurance that you are supported, guided, and protected. He says. Stand firm. Keep moving forward. Do not doubt yourself. Do not question your worth. Do not minimize your calling. You are stepping into a destiny that has been waiting for you. This is your rise. This is your confirmation. This is your time. And before this video ends, Archangel Michael wants you to say this out loud, even softly. I welcome this new chapter. I step into my divine alignment. I am ready for every blessing prepared for me. Say it with faith. Say it with intention. Say it with confidence. Because heaven has already moved. Your spirit has already shifted. Your breakthrough has already begun. And if this message touched your heart, if you felt this word was for you, if something inside you awakened while listening, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so you never miss another message meant for your spirit, your purpose, and your destiny. You are protected. You are chosen. You are guided. And Archangel Michael is walking with you into everything that comes next.